What's a fact about your family that disturbs people? That my parents demanded complete access to my room, diary, phone, and personal belongings at any time without warning, because children don't deserve privacy until they move out. My parents made it seem so normal too. Mom was this former military brat who grew up with zero privacy herself, and dad was a control freak who worked in corporate security and genuinely believed surveillance was love. They met in college and bonded over their shared belief that transparency builds trust and decided to run our household like a maximum security prison. I thought all kids lived like we did until I visited a friend's house when I was 8. I was shocked when I realized the rooms in her house had locks. I didn't even know interior locks existed. I ran back home to tell my parents, thinking maybe they'd be excited to hear that privacy was an option too. My mom laughed in my face and said, "Locks are for people with dirty secrets, and if you want dirty secrets, we can treat you like the criminal you're apparently planning to become." My dad added, "Children who ask for privacy are usually planning to do something that would shame their family." When I asked when I would earn that privilege, my mom said, "Never, because we'll always be your parents and you'll always need supervision." I let it go for a while, but when I was 13, they wanted to check my texts, and I resisted because I'd just been talking to a friend about a boy I liked. All hell broke loose. Mom ripped the phone out of my hands and sent me to my room, where they barged in 20 minutes later and loomed over me like I was on trial. "It seems we need to clarify the rules of this household," Dad said, pulling out a typed list. "Number 1, we have the right to search your room, belongings, and body whenever we want. Number 2, we will read your diary and discuss your inappropriate thoughts with you. Number 3, all communication will be monitored, and attempts at privacy result in total communication loss. Number 4, you will submit to questioning about your thoughts and feelings to ensure proper development." When I started crying and asked why they didn't trust me, Mom said, "Children who crave privacy are hiding things that prove they're unfit for independence, and your behavior proves you're not ready for basic privileges." My dad said, "We're protecting society from what you'd become without proper monitoring." Living under this surveillance was suffocating because their inspections were deliberately humiliating. I would come home to find my room torn apart with my mom holding my diary, reading entries out loud. Listen to this pathetic entry about sadness. She's developing victim mentality instead of resilience. My dad installed software that sent him copies of every text and would interrogate me. "Why did you tell Christine you were annoyed with us? Do you enjoy complaining about people who sacrifice for you?" The breaking point came when I was 16, and they found a note from my boyfriend, who was going through a health crisis, telling me he loved me. My mom called it evidence of sexual deviance, and my dad scheduled a meeting with my school counselor to discuss my inappropriate relationship patterns. I snuck out after they went to bed and bought a burner phone and texted the number to my friends. I got a new journal, one they had no idea existed, and hid it and the phone under a stack of old sweaters in the back of my closet. I felt like a genius. I felt free. For 2 weeks, I wrote down my most private thoughts and almost cried reading them back to myself, knowing they were just to me. When my boyfriend was up at night sick because he was sick, I could talk to him without being spied on. I could actually be a full person. But then my parents found my hiding place, and that was it. They removed my bedroom door entirely and replaced it with a curtain so they could monitor my activities more effectively. My mom started doing random wellness checks every 30 minutes throughout the night, claiming she was concerned about my mental state. They confiscated my backpack and started driving me to school personally, so I couldn't hide anything. The final straw was when my dad installed a camera in my bedroom because if you're going to act like a criminal, we'll treat you like one. But their surveillance obsession finally backfired when my English teacher noticed I looked exhausted and had stopped participating in class. When she asked if everything was okay at home, I broke down and told her about the camera. She immediately called Child Protective Services, and when the social worker saw the setup, she was horrified. The investigation revealed that filming a minor in their bedroom was illegal, and my parents were forced to remove all surveillance equipment. I moved in with my aunt for senior year, and for the first time, I had a bedroom door that locked. But the damage was done because I still felt watched even when completely alone. I'm in my 20s now, but I still have trouble with basic privacy things like closing bathroom doors or keeping a diary, and my inability to trust people eventually ruined